You know what? Since we have all of this waste paper, yeah, I think that'll be all right. With all of this waste paper, we're just going to use it. Let's do it. Let's do some purple right here. We're going to, look, we'll just kind of mask some of this off even. We're going to put it like this. And so when we roll it, it'll kind of have some edges off that end too. All right. That ain't a bad color. All right. I'll get some all on my brayer and get some all on this. We can get it on our, this. And this will retain some of that blue, I believe. Oh, yeah. I think we need a little bit more even. Boy, I make a mess, don't I? So my day job is I own a camp. It's very hippie vibes, kind of a campground, and I do have a couple of glampers and RVs that are very themed out. I'm gonna have to do some videos on all that. All right. Wow, look at that. Can you see that? I'm actually gonna take a print off of that too. All right, let's put it like this. And I'm gonna put this right here and rub it. I'm gonna rub it on there. I don't sound that either. All right. I'm thinking that I might be a little too much for some of y'all. And if I am sorry, but oh my gosh, y'all look at that. That is so beautiful. Oh my gosh. I'm just too excited. I just don't even know what to do. All right, calm down, miss. You can do this. You got this. Okay, let's put this paper right here. See what it does. I am so stupid excited. See, this was all worth it. You know, sometimes things don't work out. Sometimes things do. And sometimes things look like they don't work out. But then guess what? They do. And that's what we're doing here. Y'all, stop it. Y'all. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see if I can pull a little bit more on this blank end. Yep, this is coming together. Oh yeah, yep. And, oh, look how pretty, y'all. Look at that. All right, I'm gonna do that again, and I'm gonna do it right here. I'm gonna use that brayer and just mash the crap out of it. See what it does. I mean, it's okay, but that's not quite as good as when you put the paper on it. So I'm just gonna keep using this one paper that we did the blue on because I'm not sure I wanna use up all the paper that I made earlier just because I found something cool. You know, so let's talk about this little stencil type thing. Or this little piece of lace that we're using for stencil. Beautiful. So it's thin. Like, I tried earlier to put some on this, but it's way too thick. And I think once that something thick like this gets enough paint on it, maybe dries a time or two, it's going to be a lot stiffer, and I think it'll work a little bit better. You know, we can try it right here. Because I didn't try it like this. I didn't try where I'm mashing it on. Let's just get a random piece of this book paper. And I like this book paper. This is just a cheap book. The paper's a little bit thick. It's really absorbent, it seems like. So you don't want to leave stuff on too. Look, y'all. Stop. Oh, so cute. So cute. Oh my gosh. I'm just going to keep playing. I'm going to need more paper. Dang it. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Okay, look at this. Yes. Liking it. Okay. And these were all just like those little papers that we were doing the brayer on. Now, a lot of times I'm going to rip these. I'm going to cut them down. Some of them will be backgrounds. I like this even. Like, that looks pretty cool too. All right, I'm going to set this in a drying pile. And let's start exploring something else. We know the lace is going to work now. Okay, so let's grab some of these. Ow, my toe! All right, just big confession time. I'm a super klutz, and I'm okay with that. It just is what it is. But I boogered up my foot pretty good. I kicked a toenail clean off of it. And, well, it's not even clean off of it. It's still in the base, but it's not long for this world. Okay, let's take some of these ugly papers since we're just kind of experimenting. So we know this works. We know this works. So we're just practicing on all these small pieces of paper so that when we get to our cool pieces of paper that we made, you know, hopefully we won't mess them up too bad. So I'm just going to set these aside because we may want to use them again, maybe. Let's try this right here. And let's do a little bit of, like, you know, on all these shows that I saw, you know, they were doing, you know, some of it quite a bit the same. So we are going to do some of it the same. We can do some cardboard, bang. And so that's just cardboard to peel off the end. Where'd my little stencil go? Here we go. Remember how I was showing y'all how to cut the leaf stencils out? So I cut them out of an old popcorn thing. We can try that. So remember when you put this on, that's going to fill in the leaf part, all right? But it's going to leave this part for the background, all right? So when you print on paper, you build layers up so you see the top layers. When you do it on the gel mat, you build them down so the first thing you put on is going to be your top, right? Last thing you put on isn't the top, it's the bottom. So a little confusing, I know. And if we mess it up, who cares? All right, every other Boone, Hippy, Ozark, redneck knows what this is. This is what your 38 shells come in when you buy some rounds at the ammo store. All right, let's try some. I bought a whole bunch of these weird, I think there's some kind of decorative thing, and I got a whole big basket of them, and the basket for $5, and there's just a whole bunch of different things on them, and I'm gonna try all kinds of stuff with them. I mean, for $5, you know, on camp we got a giant slingshot. If nothing else, we'll just slingshot these into outer space. All right, you know what? Actually, let's try some of this. So I'm gonna take just a paintbrush, and let's just tap some on and see what happens. Let's see. Let's do this one. We're just gonna play. Oh crap, that was a lot. All right, well, that happens. All right, I'm just gonna tap it. All right, just kind of lightly. What we don't want to do is fill up the grooves so that when we go to put it on the paper, it just makes a big glop. And since I haven't done this before, that amount is to be determined. All right. So let's roll this and see what happens. Not a lot of. All right. I wonder if we. Well, crap. All right, fine. Let's do this. I think that would work better with the better paint or the tissue paper. Okay, and I'm just gonna kind of go like this. We don't have to be all. All right, and then I'm gonna turn it like this. Yeah, I'm liking that. Maybe a little bit down here. And let's go on top of it so it looks almost like a crosshatch. Oh, super cute. I kind of like that. That one did pretty good. Let's do a little bit more of that right here. Yep. Maybe one right here. Perfect. Okay. Let's try some of this ammo. And I'm going to bust this up so it's not straight. Here, hold on. Ugh. Okay. Tear off some of this so it doesn't have such a straight quality to it. Remember, we are just playing, so we're using crappy paint and materials we don't care about on paper that was just lifting prints up. We're seeing what we like, and then stuff we like, we're gonna put it in a pile. All right. Oh, that's not too bad. Okay, a little bit too much paint on the first time, or maybe I didn't push it hard enough or something. Oh yeah, that's nice. Okay. Let's put that to the side. I'm not super impressed like I was with the other stuff, but I think it was kind of cool. It was worth an experiment. I got an old scrap leather belt too. I wonder what that'd look like. I'm gonna put it right here and put the paper on top of it. All right, let's get a piece of paper. Okay, here's just crap piece of paper. This is one of those index cards that I was rolling my brayer on. I'm just really gonna push it in there. Wow, that looks kind of cool. All right, that's a winner. Put that in a winner pile. Because you don't know till you try, right? And I did find some cool stuff. So I used to be a firefighter, right? And we'd go to all these places, and there'd always be stuff. I think this was in a burnt area. I think it went to an old garden tiller, actually. I think we're gonna need a little bit more paint on this. I think that's gonna be a little too faint. Too faint on the paint. Maybe use this one. Here, let's throw some of this. Forgot we were trying to use this up. All right. Just kind of get it a little bit. See how it's not one color or the other. All right, let's see what this looks like. And this ain't even all the way covered. There's some spots that it's a little light on. And I think also we need to put it like this. I'm gonna put it offset just a little bit too, because I don't know what it's gonna do. But I don't just want a bunch of like cookie cutter looking things either. I mean, there's a time and a place for that too. I'm not trying to disparage nobody. But just for me, for right now, I think that's what I want to do. Let's look this up and see what it looks like. Oh, look at that. It looks kind of like a, I don't know, flower or sun or something. Kind of cute. And I do paint and put stuff together. And this, I'm going to tell you right now, this is going to stay just exactly like this. And I'm going to use it in a sculpture. Put some sealer on that. And see, since I have like this right here, why don't we go ahead and pick it up. Let's pick it up on, you know what? I'm just going to stick with this waste paper. The colors still kind of go together. Yep. And some right here. You know, that's already looking pretty cool. I think we need to bring in some purple in this. Next time we go to do some purple, I'm going to throw this in there. This, I think, is going to be about ready to put in the next pile. We're going to let that dry off a little bit. Because we're going to do all kinds of other stuff, too. All of these, really. All right. So here's some of the watercolor. This was on Index. So what do y'all want to do on this one? Let me see what I got over here. Let me see. I do have some of that card that I just cut it out with a hole punch, and I already did some projects with it. So I've already got some paint on this brush. So that's my Pyrenees. I have some campers right now on my camp, so he can't be outside. And he's just not this loud. And we're just going to put some, remember, we're going to flip them around a little bit. Kind of take it off the paper, maybe. Like that. All right. And maybe a little bit more right here. I'm just clearing off that brush. Getting that extra paint off. Nice. Very nice. Okay. I might even hit it down right here. I don't think there's too much on there, but there might be a little bit. Yep. So, I'm really liking that. All right. I'm going to take a break real quick and see what this big dog wants.